Listen, a lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In the in our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men. Right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making money. So if you can find love, if that man works, you know, at whatever job, and is a good man, and is good to you, and honors the house, and honors his wife, and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift. Exactly. That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you. Yeah. That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right? Yes. And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you have the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner and every now and then. That is fine. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. But that's so hard for a lot of people to take in, because that means, no. I need somebody to who is they need to make 5 times more, and I got to have. Well, keep your list, baby. Yeah. God bless you. Hope it happens. Don't keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people who have who whose men can't touch what they make. But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, babe, it's a beautiful thing.
Hello and welcome to the Black Eye Podcast. I'm your host, Michelle. How are you doing today? I hope things are going well for you. You heard that video, right? I had to put it out there because, well, I listened to it, as I'm sure you have listened to it, and I had no intentions of actually making a video today, but because I wasn't feeling well, a bit under the weather. But the more I ruminated upon it, the video and what he said, the more I felt until I got better, until I recovered, that I had to get up here and talk about it, put my hat in the ring, and say my piece. Nah, God. So essentially, what Tyler Perry did was trash both black men and black women. He trashed black men on the down low by saying that they're so trifling and so poor and so degenerate that, if you can find a woman who's willing to put up with you, you should snuggle up under her and love on her. And if she allows you to pay that light bill, which is $50 to $200, then you should be really happy, that she's allowing you to do this, and you should love on her, and get with her no matter what. And he's telling black women, look, we know that your degrees and your money doesn't really matter, but if you can get a man, any man, that's going to look at you and love on you, no matter how snaggletooth or whatever, and he's willing to pay the light bill, you need to go ahead and be comfortable with that. Because, you're kind of the bottom of the barrel, so any old man will do. A piece of man is better than no man at all, so you should get him. And if he can pay that $50 for the light bill, let him pay that $50 for the light bill, because he love you. He love you. You know he do. Honest to God. We should all be outraged. We should all be angry, because he pretty much told the black community that the women were ruling the roost and the men weren't worth shit. But whatever. Now he's telling black women, after all this time, that we should settle for whatever. You know what gets me about it? What's really irking me about this whole, I don't want to call it debacle, but this whole opinion thing of his, is that, number one, he doesn't really give a damn about black women anyways. He built his entire empire off mocking black women, making fun of us, exaggeration, misogynistic. Black women got to be punished in all his movies. Struggle, love. That's what he made his money on. That's what he made his billions on. So obviously, when I heard him, I rolled my eyes in my head and I said, of course he's going to say these things, because that's who he is. That's how he made his money. That's what he really believes, and that's what he thinks. He thinks this way. You know? He thinks that black women don't deserve any better than to struggle and and be aggravated. Any old man will do. The rich man in his movies can never be good people, but the poor man has to be the good person. And I'm not saying that these things can't happen, but why can't a wealthy black man be a nice man? Why can't he be a good man? Why can't the black woman score him for a change? Why does she always have to trade down? Because the working man is the good man. He never, that's what he does. He punishes women in his movies. I know I'm using kind of strong language here, but that's what he does. This is exactly what he does. That's how he made his money. So it doesn't surprise me that this is how he thinks. This is the kind of nonsense that he writes and directs. This is it. On top of that, he makes us into a cartoon character, black women. You know, we are women. We have standards and expectations just like any other woman. And yet he talks to us as if we're the other. We're the other people. We're the other women. No, we're not the other women. We are women just like all the other women are women. And we have expectations and dreams and desires. We want to be loved. We want to be soft. We want to be taken care of. Why can't we have that? Why is it that black men find it necessary to rob us, practically, of our femininity? We can't have anything. First of all, you tell us, oh, we don't want no needy woman. So women went out there and got themselves their own car, their own house. They had their education. They worked hard, job 2, 3, 4 jobs with kids, studied for their 2, 4, 6, 8, sometimes 12-year degrees to get to where they are. And instead of allowing us to enjoy our success, we have to be dragged through the mud yet again. And what gets me is other communities don't tell their women kin this stuff. They wouldn't dare tell their women kid, hey, you better settle for a man that's going to pay the light bill. I've been fortunate enough in my life. I made many friends over the years of different ethnicities and across cultures. And I've been fortunate enough to sit at their tables and, be a part of some of their conversations. Not all the stuff, but some of their conversations, because I was friends with their daughters. And the families who were fortunate enough to send their daughters to college considered her the cream of the crop. Do you understand me? They considered that daughter the cream of the crop. And it had nothing to do with how she looked. Whether she was conventionally pretty or not. She was accomplished. She was accomplished. And I remember sitting at the table with one of my friends. I think it was MJ, the Philippine lady, and her family. And her father said to her, she was crushing on some man and whatever. And he said, look, we pay too much money for your education for you to marry and slum around with somebody who isn't up to your level. Because they gave her a good education. I'm talking about the type of education where when she walks in the room, she's automatically offered the top position. There's no she's working her way up kind of nonsense. No, she is the top position. They consider her accomplished, the creme de la creme. Every culture thinks that about their women when they're fortunate enough to have those women educated. But never in the black community. Never in the black community do we raise and praise our women for the accomplishments that they achieve. We never do that. We never praise them for their accomplishments. It's always a put down. It's always a backstab. It's always a humble yourself. It's always to break your ego. Oh, you're too high up there. You need to take it down a couple of pegs. Why is that? Why are the men in the black community so backward thinking? Because no one would ever tell their women kin, yeah, you need to marry a man who can pay the light bill. No. And these are traditional people. They wouldn't even allow her to marry someone who wasn't her equal or above. In another case, they were Iraqi, I believe. No, excuse me, from India. And he was a nice young man, and they knew the family, and they liked the family, but the man didn't have a job. And her father said no, no engagement, no marriage. Get your life together, just like that. And again, daughter is accomplished, was fortunate enough to go to college. She has a degree. But the family stepped in and said, oh, no, 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 no. You will not marry beneath you. You will marry equal or greater than. So, how is it then that black women are told by black men and by the intelligentsia, or the elite in the community, that they should be backward, that they should marry somebody who can pay the light bill? Why is that? And one more thing. Does not Tyler Perry think that black men deserve to be better? Why isn't there a call to manhood? Why isn't there a call to manhood? Why doesn't Tyler Perry tell black men, hey, go get your education, go take care of your business? Not necessarily a 4-year college degree, but go to vocational school, get your skills up. Teach them how to navigate through these difficult times. The economy is changing. The world is changing. Teach them how to not navigate so they're recession proof and inflation proof, and then they become better providers for not only themselves personally, mainly for themselves, but also for any potential, for their potential family, so they can be better providers. Why can't you tell them that? Why isn't there a call to manhood? Not fake masculinity where you're disrespecting women. No, real manhood. Position yourself in this life so that you can be better providers, so that you can navigate this world and you have options in your employment. Not options with women, options in your job, options in your life. What type of man you are, how you present in the world. All of those things add up to manhood. That's what makes you attractive. That's what makes you attractive. Who you are as a man. How about talking to them about their character? No call to manhood. No call to manhood at all. And believe me, I believe that that's really the most important thing he should have said. Those are the words that should have come out of his mouth. Not what black women ought to be doing. Because black women are changing their narratives. They have changed their narratives. They become the most educated class in the United States. They have changed their narratives. Now it's time for black men to change theirs. Well, I'm going off already. And that's all I have to say about that for today. If you agree with me or if you don't agree with me, whatever, put say what you got to say in the comments. Also, like the video. And if you like my content, consider subscribing. And until next time, people.